All right, thank you, everybody. Just wanted to thank the city of Uberlandia. It was an amazing event. The city really opened its arms to us, and a great performance by the fighters. We had attendance of 5,671. Fight of the night, each of these, by the way, got $50,000. Gorman Almeida was fight of the night. Performance of the night was Leandro Silva. The performance of the night was OSP here. And one fighter was transported to the hospital, Colby. He's getting his left foot x-rayed, no results yet. Shogun's just with the doctors now. We're hoping he'll be here. So we'll open it up to questions. Please make sure you have a microphone, and we'll take your questions. Thank you.
Start with Vince, please. Obviously, congratulations on an impressive win for you. Can you talk about your game plan coming into this fight? You didn't really get into it much, but I mean, is this a fight that you thought you could win on the feet? Because most people thought that you were going to have to wrestle to win this fight.
Yeah, I really thought I could win in on my feet. Just for the simple fact, I mean, Shogun got host. I just wanted to throw my high kick out there, let him know I can throw my high kick, and we knew he was going to be aggressive. And against my style, it's really bad to be aggressive against me because you leave yourself opening for counters and stuff. I just didn't know it was going to happen like that in the first round.
And afterwards, I think the name you mentioned was Fabio Maldonado. I think some people thought maybe you'd be aiming, no offense to Fabio, but a little bit higher up the ranks. I mean, is that the name that sticks out to you, or is there something else you want?
You know, I got tremendous respect for him. He's just he's a good fighter, and he was just one of the fighters on the list. So yeah.
Fantastic. And Marshall, if I could please, not to take away from the fighters, but just ask, we haven't seen you down here in a long time. I think there were some reports that Grace might be leaving or is not with the company. I'm assuming maybe that's why you're here. Can you just comment on that at all as to maybe what's going on with Brazil?
Yeah, last week you may have seen we reported that Grace Torino is leaving the UFC. She's moving on to a different endeavor. She's here in the front row there. The UFC is going to miss her. She's done an amazing job. She was able to take what a lot of people always believed was a Brazilian product. This has the heart of Brazil, the UFC, and it was great to have Grace lead us for the last 2 years. She took the sport and the UFC to places that, you know, us Americans might not have been able to do. So we're really proud to have had her relationship, and I'm going to miss her dearly, and I know we will, but she'll be always a friend of the UFC, and we wish her well.
Duas perguntas, uma para a Jutá e uma para o Marshall. Ju, tá aí na coletiva, né? Já ainda veio para a coletiva depois de dar um show. É outro espírito agora para renovar os votos aí com o UFC. E para o Marshall, você já tem algo concreto para o ano que vem aqui no Brasil? Dana falou que teríamos 7 eventos. Já tem algum confirmado para o ano que vem?
Did you hear your question, OSP? Will you ask your question to OSP one more time?
Para Ju? Para Juliana?
Oh, it was for Juliana. My sorry.
Bebel, realmente essa vitória foi muito importante para mim. Graças a Deus eu consegui, estou muito feliz aqui em Minas Gerais. E agora e essa vitória me deu força para poder daqui para frente conquistar só vitórias no UFC, se Deus quiser.
And then for us, you know, we are looking at 7 events again next year. I think we've got a great foundation to build upon. Grace is leaving us in the great hands of a great office she's built. We've got, I think, over 20 people now in the São Paulo office to help continue to grow our business. So we are looking at 7 events. I don't have dates and locations yet, but hopefully there'll be an announcement on that soon. Thank you.
Pergunta primeiro para o Marshall. Aqui, Marshall. Queria saber se tem algum nome já para assumir, então, a presidência do UFC aqui no Brasil.
No, there's not someone currently. We are looking for a replacement now for Grace. I've got a meeting on Tuesday with a group that's helping us find somebody, and we're going to try and find someone that can fill Grace's shoes. It'll be tough, but we'll do our best.
Pergunta também para o Vince Sampro. Eu queria saber se você mesmo se surpreendeu com o fechamento dessa luta. Quero nocautear um lutador como Shogun em apenas 34 segundos.
Being a striker,
você mesmo
fighting against a striker
com
like Shogun in 34 seconds finishing the fight. Were you surprised at that?
Yeah, I was a little surprised because I was supposed to come out. I was supposed to come out kind of relax, kind of have a feel for him. But he came out aggressive. I knew he was going to come out aggressive, but when I landed overhand left, and when it landed, I was just might as well finish the fight. Yeah, I was surprised.
Pergunta para o Thomas também.
Question for Thomas.
Thomas, você enfrentou um adversário que se mostrou até muito bom em pé, surpreendeu muita gente. Queria que você falasse assim, o que você sentiu nessa sua estreia no UFC? Você é um cara que tem várias vitórias na carreira. Você sentiu um pouco da pressão ou se a sua maturidade ajudou bastante hoje?
Bom, eu estava bem tranquilo ali no começo da luta, mas pesou um pouco a estreia, tá no maior evento do mundo. Mas aí no decorrer da luta eu fui conseguindo soltar meu jogo, impor meu Muay Thai, que é o forte que eu gosto de fazer, é trocar porrada.
Pergunta para o Caio. Caio, 4 vitórias seguidas na categoria, o que falta para você dar um passo adiante ou fazer mais barulho, já que os resultados estão aí?
With your results.
Boa noite, pessoal. Estou muito feliz com essa vitória de hoje. Ganhei de um cara muito bom, muito duro, muito bom de wrestling, bom de strike. Então, isso depende do meu empresário, do André Pederneiras, ele negociar com o UFC aí. Estou disposto aí a trabalhar.
See with the UFC, I'm willing to work.
O que for preciso aí para conseguir dar um passo adiante na carreira. E hoje eu tentei ganhar um bônus da noite, mas infelizmente não consegui. Vou continuar tentando aí. Vou nocauteando, finalizando. Vamos nessa.
Pergunta pro Sampro. Você disse que ficou um pouquinho surpreso,
né?
Você achou ele um pouco lento? Ou você acha que ele de repente entrou de uma forma não contando tanto com a sua trocação, um pouco aberta? Ou só mérito do seu jogo e da sua habilidade?
Or was the merit all yours?
I don't think he was slow at all. I mean, the thing about me is I'm extremely explosive. I can cover ground really quickly. And I think he mistaken my reach, and that's when I was able to catch him and whatnot. So I don't think he's slow. He still had it. I mean, he hit me with a couple good leg kicks that I really didn't see coming.
Pergunta para o Warley, você disse...
Question for Warley.
Você disse agora há pouco que não estava 100%.
You said recently that you weren't 100% for this fight.
Foi meio no sacrifício. Queria saber
that it was a bit of a sacrifice. I wanted to know what happened with you.
Deixou muito no primeiro round e faltou um pouco no final.
Did you think that you left it all in the first round and kind of missed it in the end?
Primeiramente, boa noite.
First of all, good evening to everyone. I'd like to thank the opportunity to have fought here.
Na minha cidade, Minas Gerais,
this event in my city, Minas Gerais, in my state where I was born.
E assim, eu tive algumas complicações no treino.
I had a few complications in my training camp. I wasn't at 100%.
Eu acho que não foi esse o mérito
But I don't think that was the merit
do meu desempenho. Eu acho que o
of my
Alan
performance.
muito duro.
Alan was a very tough fighter.
Esperava que ele
I didn't expect him to be able to take so many punches that he was able to, especially in the beginning. I came in with everything I had. We traded a lot of blows in the beginning.
Ele me surpreendeu.
He surprised me. He's got a very strong chin.
Bate muito duro também.
I punch him a lot in the face. He hits hard as well.
Independente do meu estado, eu acho que o Alan valorizou muito a luta.
I think he valued the fight a lot.
Eu queria até agradecer a ele por essa
batalha. And I would like to thank him for this battle. And I asked the fans.
Que em breve estou de volta aí, com certeza vou dar o melhor.
I'm going to be back soon and I'm going to be even better. I'm always evolving, each step at a time. I have to focus right now and think to the next. I think to this fight tonight and to God for everything that went down.
Fatalidades acontecem.
Fatalities happen.
E eu senti um pouco a costela.
I felt my ribs a bit. He hit me on top.
Mas eu acho que o mérito realmente foi dele.
But I think the merit was all his to have valued the fight as much as he did.
Cláudio Hannibal, aqui, Hannibal. Você tem um contrato com o UFC de 3 lutas. Você já tem 2 vitórias e no MMA é a sua 11ª vitória. Você espera renovar? Gostou de estar atuando aqui em Uberlândia? Eu queria que você comentasse sobre isso. E depois para o Sampro, eu gostaria de saber, né, que ele falou que tinha vontade de bater numa lenda e bateu no Shogun. Qual que é a próxima lenda do que ele quer bater dentro do UFC?
next legend you'd like to beat up in the UFC?
Primeiramente, boa noite aí.
First of all, good evening.
Fazendo a minha primeira apresentação no Brasil.
I'm very happy to be having my first fight here in Brazil.
Minha querida cidade de Uberlândia, a segunda vitória no UFC.
It's my dear city of Uberlandia, my second victory in the UFC.
Vou esperar agora a posição do meu empresário.
I'm going to wait for a position for my manager, and I expect to renew. I already have 2 victories.
E agora eu quero comemorar essa vitória.
And now I want to commemorate this victory.
Tradição no esporte.
This city has no tradition in sports. I'm here from Uberlandia. I started training here. I'm here in the UFC with 2 victories. So now I have to think about getting better. I'm going to forget this victory and start thinking of the next fights.
We have a question for OSP.
É porque ele disse, né, que gostaria muito de bater numa lenda antes da luta e acabou batendo.
You said you'd like to beat up a legend and you end up beating Shogun. Who's the next legend you'd like to beat in the UFC?
Well, it's something I have to discuss with my camp, and it's something we just got to sit down and talk about. I mean, thus far, I mean, we got a couple people in mind, but other than that, it's just something I got to discuss with my camp.
Pergunta pro Mauricio Shogun.
Question for Shogun.
Shogun, aqui. Primeiro, que você falasse, né? A luta acabou sendo muito rápida.
First of all, I'd like you to speak. The fight ended up very quickly. What did you feel that happened in that moment? What do you think happened?
E o que passa pela sua cabeça diante de resultado desse?
And what goes through your mind after a result like this in Brazil?
O que passa?
Before going on to coach the Ultimate Fighter. Losing is always bad. And this weight class, in heavyweight, when a punch lands, you feel it. But I'm going to get through this loss and talk to my team and think about the future, but defeats always suck.
Primeiro uma pergunta para o Alan.
First of all, question for
eu
Alan.
queria saber se ele concordou com o resultado da luta.
Did you agree with the result of the fight?
Eu queria saber se o Alan concordou com o resultado da luta.
Did you agree with the result
e
of the
o que ele
fight?
achou do Arley, se ele veio
What
muito
did you
bem
think of Warley?
preparado
Do
e
you
o que
think
ele
he was
achou do
very well
resultado.
prepared?
E
What do
depois
you
eu
think
queria saber do
of Minas
Tominhas.
Gerais? And also from Tominhas.
Depois eu quero saber do Tominhas se você bateu muito nele, deu pra perceber que você conectou muitos golpes, mas foi o primeiro adversário que você não nocauteou ou finalizou. Eu queria saber se faltou pressão nos golpes ou o adversário foi muito duro.
Was it the pressure your punches that weren't enough, or was it the opponent that was very tough?
Bom, o adversário era realmente muito duro. Isso foi muito bom para mim, para minha carreira.
It was very good for me, for my career.
Eu sou capaz de estar ali
for me to see that I'm able to be in there, I'm very well prepared. I fought 3 rounds with the same intensity.
É resultado de bom trabalho
It's the result of a good work with my team, with Diego Lima and Macaco and all the other athletes that fight in the UFC.
Me deixa bem mas o cara era
so
muito
that
duro
leaves
mesmo.
me very well, but he's a very tough guy. I hit him as hard as I could. I wanted to knock him out as I always do, but he's a very tough guy.
Foi muito bom mesmo para mim,
but it was very good for me in my career.
Alan, eu queria saber.
Alan, I wanted to know.
O que você achou do Warley
What
nessa
did you
luta
think of
e se
Warley
você
in this fight?
concordou com o
And did you
resultado dos
agree with the
juízes?
result from the judges?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I didn't agree with the judges, obviously.
Primeiramente, eu não concordei com os juízes, claro.
I thought I give Warley a lot of credit, man. He brought
Eu
a
dou
great
muito
fight.
crédito ao Warley, ele
Tough,
fez uma ótima
competitor,
luta, ele
definitely.
foi
I feel like some
competidor
of the shots
muito
I hit him
duro.
with might have taken out other guys.
Eu acho que
He stayed
alguns
on his
golpes
feet,
que eu dei
so,
nele, ele poderia
all
ter
credit to
acabado
Warley,
com
but,
outros
I
adversários,
feel
ele
like he
ficou
won the
sempre
first
em pé.
round.
Ele
I feel
venceu o
like he
primeiro
didn't do that
round.
much. He got a takedown in the second, but I was
Ele
elbowing
não
him from
fez
the bottom,
muito,
and
ele
I
me
got up and
derrubou no
finished strong.
segundo.
You know, the third
Eu
round was
terminei o
pretty
segundo
obvious.
bem,
I
muito
thought,
bem. O terceiro
I
round
thought I
foi bem
definitely came away
óbvio.
with the victory.
Eu acho que eu saí
I
com a
gotta go back
vitória.
and look at it with my
Eu tenho
team
que
again,
voltar e olhar
obviously,
com a
but
minha equipe.
first thoughts after the fight,
Mas
I
os
was kind of
primeiros
upset with the
pensamentos,
decision.
eu fiquei muito triste com a decisão.
I kind of wanted to follow up on that with Warley. I know that you said you went through a lot of challenges, and I think you were satisfied with your effort. But when the fight was over, did you feel like you had won the fight?
Assim, eu no começo
In the beginning, I saw that the first round was mine.
segundo foi round mais duro.
The second was a tougher round,
Eu consegui botar ele para baixo.
but I was able to take him down,
E segurei ele pouquinho por cima.
and I held him from the top a little bit.
Foi claro, foi dele.
The third round was clearly his.
Os juízes estão preparados para
I think the judges are prepared
para julgar.
to judge
Segundo os conformes do UFC.
according to the UFC rules, and I believe in the judges. I'm not here to contest anything. I got to come back and not leave it in the hands of the judges the next time to not have any doubt.
Thank you. Just a quick follow-up to OSP as well. I noticed you had a bag of ice.
E uma seguida para o OSP. Você está com uma saco de gelo. Você possivelmente quebrou a mão.
What's going on with the bag of ice?
Aí com gelo?
My hand just hurt.
Minha mão tá.
Yeah.
Boa noite, Marshall.
Good evening, Marshall.
Minha pergunta é para Jutai.
My question is for Jutai.
Cumprimentar o Shogun.
But I wanted to say hi to Shogun.
É sempre uma honra.
For Brazil, it's always an honor to see you fight, regardless of the result.
Você já é ídolo no
You're already an idol in this sport.
Merece todo o nosso
You deserve all our respect and the honor for your career.
Eu queria saber da Jutai
I wanted to know from Jutai.
Para Minas Gerais foi muito importante.
For Minas Gerais, it was very important to have you here fighting at home. Only female fight and a Mineira fighting.
Você estava muito diferente da sua primeira luta.
You were very different from your first fight.
Que você não estava bem.
It seemed like your first fight you weren't very well. I don't know if it was your preparation that wasn't well. What happened? What did you change? Did you come in more confident, more well prepared? What you changed, is that going to continue or you're going to alter something else?
Boa noite, Carline.
Good evening, Carline.
Realmente, a minha primeira luta,
Really, my first fight,
eu tive pouco tempo para poder perder o peso, eu estava mais pesada.
Not enough time to cut the weight, I was heavier. I had a great difficulty cutting weight.
Né? Eu não bati o peso.
Everyone saw that I didn't make weight. I had a hard time.
Eu fiquei bastante lenta na minha primeira luta.
So I was a lot slower in my first fight.
Que eu gostaria de ter.
I didn't have the performance that I wanted to have.
A luta de hoje, graças a Deus, eu fiz trabalho muito bom com meu médico, com meu nutricionista. Então eu perdi todo o peso na dieta e não tive problemas, não precisei de desidratar, não passei por problema nenhum. Então, graças a Deus, eu consegui movimentar, eu consegui fazer meu jogo. E vou continuar assim, seguindo o que eu sempre fiz, perder o peso na dieta, sem fazer essas loucuras. E continuar aí, se Deus quiser, emplacando mais vitórias.
And continue with more victories.
Pro Tominhas.
Tominhas,
você estreou bem.
You had your debut very well.
Nunca chegou ao terceiro round.
Like you said, you never been to the third round. And I wanted to know, what is the feeling? You already said that your opponent was very tough.
De estrear e estrear da melhor forma possível, né, ganhando o prêmio de melhor luta.
E pro Marshall,
se tem alguma coisa certa já para São Paulo,
and for Marshall, is there anything certain for São Paulo, for the Palmeiras Arena,
que não seja Ibirapuera, que comporte
that is not Ibirapuera like last time?
Bom, foi muito bom.
It was very good.
Um adversário muito duro.
A very tough opponent.
Eu me sinto mais experiente por ter
levado essa luta ao terceiro round, aguentado porrada,
punches and todas as adversidades. Mas esse é trabalho de muito treino e experiência, sou um cara novo, quero buscar cada vez mais meu espaço aqui dentro do evento e mostrar para o mundo quem é o Thomas Almeida.
And to show the world who's Thomas Almeida.
E o prêmio, pô, a melhor coisa possível, né? Tô muito feliz, muito realizado. Show de bola, bem feliz mesmo.
Very happy.
And then the plans for São Paulo, obviously December 20, we're in Barueri. And for next year, we've been waiting for the Palmeiras Arena, the Allianz Arena to open for a long time. I know they have an opening event and some football match, so it's on our list for sure. We're hoping maybe even getting 2 events in São Paulo next year, but we still have some planning to do.
Boa noite, Marshall. Ou bom dia, no caso. Infelizmente, a luta do Yamakal e John Lineker teve que ser retirada do card.
The McCall-Lineker fight was removed from the card.
Quais notícias com relação ao Yamakal?
What are the news regarding Yamakal? Is he still in Brazil? Is he doing well? Has he returned? Has he returned home?
Pretende se casar novamente essa luta? Tem a intenção de casar?
Are there any plans to match this fight again? Maybe choosing a new date for this fight?
Ian actually was at the event. He actually sat here and watched a lot of the event. I don't know. I'm sure he's back at the hotel now. I know he was still dealing a little bit with some of his illness, and I haven't heard what we're doing with that fight. I probably should have asked. I apologize, but I'm sure there'll be news on that soon.
Pergunta pro Shogun. O Sampro fez uma avaliação do momento do nocaute e ele falou que acha que você de repente errou na medida do alcance
knockout and he think that maybe you made a mistake by his reach of his arm and the distance. And I wanted you to speak on that moment that the punch landed.
Eu trabalhei alguns chutes antes, né?
I worked some of those kicks before, but unfortunately, he was happy to land a good punch. The punch landed clean, and that's when a knockout happens. He was happy to get it. I made a mistake.
Pro Marshall, Marshall, aqui. O John Lineker esteve aqui na sala de imprensa e ele falou que como ele lutaria para depois buscar o title shot, ele já queria ir direto para viável essa possibilidade para disputa de título.
It's hard for me to say, you know, that's really a Joe Silva and Dana question. The one thing I should mention about both fighters is they got their show money. Both fighters were paid their show money even though the fight didn't happen, but I'm not sure what will happen with that fight. That's it? All right. Mucho obrigado, everybody. Have a good night. Boa noite. Fini. Thank you. You're welcome.